Something interesting that's been seen in the last few months is it's a widening pattern of women choosing not to wear the hijab. Now, in the past, that was largely in northern Tehran. That's home to the elite, to the wealthy in Iranian society. And a lot of those women were part of that initial protest over Mahsa Amini. But we're also starting to see more women in southern Tehran not wearing the hijab. Now, southern Tehran is home to working poor, some lower middle class families, as well as people who more closely follow Shia Islam. So the fact that there's this pushback is a really interesting sign on where society is going when it comes to the mandatory hijab. For Iran's theocracy, they viewed the mandatory hijab since the 1979 Islamic Revolution as a sign of piety as well as a political statement. They view the hijab as showing the West that is standing up against what Ayatollah Khamenei as well as others have described as sort of encroaching Western culture. But Iranian society today has more avenues to sort of have exposure to the wider world, whether that be broadcasts on satellite dishes, whether that be access to the internet and Western movies, Western television programs, news shows. They can see the outside world, and this pushback over the hijab is continuing. And again, we haven't seen any real physical crackdown yet, but for the Iranian theocracy, they're having to weigh exactly how far they're willing to push this against the fear that we could see renewed protests challenging its Islamic governments. Now, in the time since, Iran initially said that it was going to stop these police patrols, stop detaining women over their headscarves, but months after the protests ended, Iranian police came back out with what they called the Noor or light plan, where they would go out and start detaining women, talking to women again over their headscarves. We have seen footage in Tehran of women being physically manhandled, assaulted by police over their hijab. Now, Iranian police haven't offered any details over how many people have been detained, but we do know that thousands of cars have been impounded. We believe that Iran is using surveillance cameras to track women who are driving without their hijab, and that also led to what activists say was the death of a young woman in northern Iran who fled a police checkpoint. The police apparently had a notice out for her car over a hijab violation. We have seen reformist President Masoud Pezeshkian become the leader of Iran. He ran on a platform that criticized these arrests, detentions by police, and these physical altercations, playing on the idea that it was the Noor plan. He called it the darkness plan. But so far, Pezeshkian hasn't really faced any death or major example of mistreatment by police of young women in Tehran or elsewhere. So it's unclear exactly what he would do if something like that happened. He has to still exist within the theocracy of Iran, which is overseen at the top by Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.